Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Brandon Dawson, and it's an exciting day because my guest is a mountain of a man. He is the Alabama State Arm Wrestling Champion. Give it up for David Hobbs. David, how are you doing today, sir?
What's going on, Brandon? How are you doing?
Doing quite well. That is a firm grip. Almost broke my hand just then.
Don't want to do that.
I can see why you're the Arm Wrestling Champion. Now, even though you're the Arm Wrestling Champion of Alabama, you're a local boy. You're from Thomson. Give me a rundown about your background real quick.
So originally, I'm actually from Augusta, Georgia. I love Augusta. It's great. I ended up moving up to Thomson, and where I graduated there from high school.
Very nice, very nice. Now, how did you get into arm wrestling?
Oh, man. That's a good question. So I lived in Durango, Colorado, say about 8 years ago, and there was actually a arm wrestling tournament there. So I went down and I checked it out, and yeah, I came in like the final championship round, and the rest is all history.
The rest is history, and one day someone will make a movie out of it. It'll be
I hope so.
Who would play you in the movie?
Oh,
Stallone? Schwarzenegger? I don't know.
Man,
You got to think about that.
let's go Chris Bumstead.
Chris Bumstead. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take
Good
that.
looking cat.
Okay, now, when people think of arm wrestling, a lot of times, people just think that, it's two people, locked arms, back and forth, but, there's more to it than that. We've talked a little bit about this already.
Right.
Give me a little bit of an idea about, what the training is like, the diet. Give me the rundown.
Okay, so let's go ahead and knock out the diet.
Okay.
First and foremost, we try to keep everything really healthy. All right, so me, since Alabama in February, I've dropped 20 pounds. But I've done it in a very healthy manner.
Okay.
I watch macros, proteins, carbs, fats, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready for Georgia State championship to where I have to be 230.
Okay.
I was 242 for Alabama State.
Okay.
So, yeah. Now the training can be sometimes somewhat unorthodox.
Unorthodox.
A little unorthodox, yeah.
For arm wrestling.
Now, before I got all jacked up, because arm wrestling, you do sustain a lot of injuries. It's just one of those sports, you have to deal with it. We used to get toe straps and pull my buddy's truck.
Wow.
So we would pull it up a very, very long driveway, and it was crazy, man.
It sounds crazy.
We would hold straps to our wrist, and then our training partners would actually drop 50-pound dumbbells to the ground. David's got where you got to hold it.
David's got some of his training stuff here on the table. I don't know if you guys saw it. Like I was wondering what this was at first, but this is wild. Again, you don't think about this kind of stuff.
No, you don't. You don't.
When you think about arm wrestling. Now, how long have you been competing? How long have you been doing that? Give me the rundown about your arm wrestling career.
Okay. All right. So like I said, let's go back to the Colorado.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go. Take it back.
All right. So I did that first tournament, and then I waited about a year. They had another tournament, and I did really well. I podiumed in that, came in second as well, and then I moved back to Georgia. That's when I started training. I didn't train for the first 2 years. Because I didn't know what I was doing. It's technique, everything was terrible.
Yeah.
So, I was lucky enough to find a team, and I kind of started got my own set of guys, and we studied up, we trained up hard, and started knocking down some tournaments.
Very nice.
And man, it was a rush.
I can imagine. It's like, what's that feeling like, man? Like, what's that feeling like when it's you toe to toe with somebody and you just get their hand down? What's going through your mind when that happens?
Okay, so aside from skydiving, I don't know if have you
never
been skydiving?
My wife will not let me skydive, and I'm going to say that right now here. Look, Dixie Dawson, this is for you. If I go skydiving, I'm pretty sure that we're divorced. I'm pretty sure she's leaving me, but no, she. I would imagine that it's something like that. I've done some exciting stuff in my day, so I would imagine I'm gonna attribute it to that.
That's fair. That's fair enough.
Okay, now let's go to the Alabama competition. You're there. Tell me about the competition. Tell me about the day. Tell me about what the final match was like. What was going through your mind the whole time?
So let me go ahead and say that Alabama State Championship is one of the most prestigious tournaments in the Southeast.
Wow.
Okay. Big deal. Big deal.
It's a big deal.
When I was actually going up there, I was kind of banged up.
Okay.
Honestly, I didn't even think I would win the entire thing. For the left-hand 242 class. And but once you knock out your first match, you gain some confidence. Okay.
Okay.
You're like, okay, I got to win.
Yeah.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Like, I've got one more. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do this. And then you your mindset changes. Now, back to the adrenaline rush thing. It is the biggest adrenaline rush. Honestly, you have the whole crowd, everybody's yelling. It's crazy. And I can't hear anything. All I can hear is that referee saying, ready, go. And then we grip and rip.
Grip and rip.
Grip and rip.
Is that just a standard term that you guys use?
That's a term.
That's
a term in the arm wrestling world.
So it's the last match. Like I would imagine your opponent is jacked like you are, and so when you won, what's going through your mind?
Well, when I walked up there to that last match, that championship match, there was something different going through my head. I was like, this is my night. This is my table. I was like, I don't care who gets up on that table. This is my night. I'm winning this thing. And I did.
Congrats, man. Well, look.
Good, brother. I appreciate that.
I do. I appreciate you. Now, so you've done that. What's next for you? What are your plans for the future? Are we still arm wrestling? Do we got other things on the docket? Give me the rundown.
Well, after me and my wife get back from Jamaica in July 15th, we've actually got the Georgia State Championship. That's going to be at Tannery Row Ale House in Lawrenceville, Georgia, I believe. So we're going to take that one out. And then, honestly, my dream is the Mr. Olympia.
Oh, wow.
Arnold Schwarzenegger got his, start there.
Yeah.
That's the Super Bowl of bodybuilding.
Yeah.
But we're lucky enough for them to have arm wrestling there. So if I do well enough, if I'm able to qualify and get in, I'd, possibly seek out sponsorship and make that dream come true.
Well, just talking to you and just from your handshake alone, I think that you're going to accomplish that goal. But, while I got you here, I wanted to put up the challenge.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to put up the challenge because you actually brought an arm wrestling table here with you.
You know I did.
And not only do I want you to talk to me about some of the techniques, because, again, there's a lot that goes into this kind of thing. We're going to talk about some of the techniques, but I'm going to challenge you.
Okay, man.
And if I win.
No shots fired.
If I win, that means that I am the arm wrestling champion of Alabama. Let's do it.
Let's do this.